Good evening, everybody. My name is student meteorologist Aaron Saray, and I'm here to open up this Friday edition of FSU Weather. Taking a live look at Campbell Stadium, you can see it is currently 46 degrees with showers, so not really a great day to be out there right now. You can see there is a little bit of a wind out of the north at 7 miles per hour, so really feeling even less than 46 degrees out there. And you can see across our area, you can see 47 degrees in Tallahassee. The further west you go, the cooler it is. So you can see 45 in Quincy and 43 in Donaldsville. Our muggy meter across the state, you can see up in the Panhandle, you can see it is a lot more drier, but it also is colder. As you go down towards the peninsula of Florida, it is muggier, where the cold front has yet to arrive. Tonight in Tally, you can see we will go down to about 36 degrees with more showers. So it's certainly a very, really cool night out there. Not really a fantastic night to be out there. Tonight's headlines, you can see lows at or below freezing in Tallahassee this weekend. We see a winter storm going up into the Carolinas and bringing some ice and snow, and how to stay safe during a winter storm. All that and more in FSU Weather.
Unmute to skip the desk.
Conditions very low as we saw today. You can see today we had the high temperature of 52 degrees in Tallahassee with a low of 45, but really the temperature has not moved too much, really because of that cloud cover and persistent shower activity. So that's why we are seeing conditions much lower for our average temperature this time of the year. And also we are sitting a little bit higher than our average temperature at 40 degrees, again, because of that cloud cover keeping us like a blanket, not allowing for any warmth to escape. Or I should say, actually, no warmth to come down. You can see over at Campbell Stadium, it's currently 46 degrees with showers right now. So certainly a very cool night tonight in store as we have showers across the radar. You can see really off and down showers and thunderstorms, maybe some thunderstorms down towards places like Cross City, over towards Gainesville. But much of the area is seeing just light to moderate rainfall right now across the Big Bend. Current local temperatures right now are pretty chilly right now. We're seeing 47 degrees in Tallahassee, 44 up in Thomasville, and down towards the coast we are sitting at about 49 in St. Mark's and 47 in Apalachicola. Our wind speed and direction, you can see that most of them are very light out of the north at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But over towards the coast, you can see Apalachicola is a little bit blustery over there at 14 miles per hour. So there it actually feels really cold. Not really a great time to stay out over there. Our dew points are relatively dry. You can see we are 44 in Tallahassee. So really the further west you go, the drier is where the cold front has proceeded over there. And then of course over towards the east, we are sitting a little bit muggier. You can see Perry is at 50 degrees, but soon will drop from there. Our future radar pretty much shows really showers continuing on for the area. You can see those clouds streaming in as well from the west, but we hopefully will actually start clearing things up. Perhaps by tomorrow afternoon, we might see some sunshine and perhaps maybe a few degrees warmer tomorrow afternoon. But we'll have to watch and see, depending on how much sunshine peeks through those clouds tomorrow. Tonight's forecast: another chilly night in store tonight. You can see 39 degrees in Tallahassee, maybe a little bit cooler up towards southwest Georgia, where you might be closer into the 30s. In the mid-30s, I should say. So perhaps more frost up there, especially if those winds do calm down. But along the coast, we're in the 40s right now. Really 41 tonight in St. Mark's, and Carabel down to 42. Tonight in Tally, we are going to be in the mid-30s, really with showers tonight. So really, make sure you grab your jacket tonight if you're heading out the door. Or have that heater on at nighttime, because it certainly will be very cold if you don't have your heater on in the morning. Of course, with continuing on showers, of course, with that wind as well, it's going to make it feel even chillier than that, perhaps below freezing by tomorrow morning. If you're heading out to the beach, not a great beach day tomorrow. It's going to be 49 degrees in Panama City Beach. Really, I mean, this is sunny, but I think it's probably closer to cloudy conditions. Our water is going to be around 60 degrees tomorrow, so really not a great beach day if you're heading out there. But really for the week ahead, we are going to be on a roller coaster ride, looks like, through the next week, as we might have another cold front coming by if we go into Wednesday and Thursday. But cold temperatures indeed continue.
Thanks for that, Aaron. Definitely looking at some nicer conditions compared to what we saw the past few days here. It's been a really rainy morning, and we can see over that Panama City beach, a lot of cloud cover still persisting, and going to be seeing that into tomorrow as well. So not shaping up to be a great weekend right now. Our satellite radar see that rainfall continuing to come through as that front did become a stationary front just slightly south of the Tallahassee area, extending into a cold front up the northeast coast. So we are going to continue to see those showers and rainfall. We did have a winter warning over here in the western part of Florida earlier today. So we did have quite a bit of mixed precipitation, not snowfall, unfortunately, like a lot of Florida people want, but we have had some mixed precipitation. So that's including rainfall and maybe a little bit of snow, a little bit of sleet, possibly. But moving over to the more eastern part of Florida, seeing clearer skies, but that rain is continuing to push its way through. So we will be seeing that rainfall here in the next few hours, continuing through as that cold front pushes through. Same thing for southern Florida into Miami. Those storms are just starting to come through now, and we will be seeing those showers to continue into tomorrow. But as for our current temperatures, 49 here in Tallahassee, 75 in Tampa, 80s down south. So that temperature is going to continue to drop. You can see that gradual shift in the temperatures continuing as that front moves through. And for our muggy meter, Tallahassee actually feeling pretty good right now. I know you can walk outside without your hair frizzing up right now. And out of that, Tallahassee's typical summer pattern that we've seen, finally gotten those cooler, drying conditions that we've been waiting for so long. But for our future radar, again, that rain is going to be moving out over the rest of the state, some scattered showers lingering behind it, but quickly shaping up to be a pretty nice night. For tonight in Florida, dropping down to 28 in Tallahassee. We are going to have temperatures below freezing. Make sure you cover your plants. Make sure you're bundled up and your heat is working because it's going to be a cold night. As that cold front continues to shift down, those temperature trends are going to continue, and we will see temperatures down in the 40s and possibly 60s in parts of 30s in parts of southern Florida for tomorrow. It's 51 in Tallahassee and 70s down south. Miami sitting in 70s still with the rain starting tomorrow. Over in Tampa, seeing 60s and some 50s. Again, that rainfall starting tomorrow as well. Orlando, much the same thing, just slightly cooler temperatures. And over in Jacksonville, 45, 58, and 61. So again, seeing cooler temperatures with that rainfall finally moving out and maybe some sun for your start of next week. But now we're going to zoom out.
Right, Melissa, and hopefully we continue this warming trend as we get into next week. But really across much of the southeast, we're sitting very cold right now. Up towards Blacksburg, Virginia, below freezing at 23 degrees. If you're down towards Atlanta, we're at just around freezing at 31 degrees. Of course, right now we're in the evening time, so those temperatures will continue to decline as we go throughout the night. And our satellite and radar pretty much shows the cold temperatures in swing. You can see up in the Carolinas, we actually have some sleet and freezing rain up if you're in that direction, especially towards the coastal North Carolina and South Carolina. So if you're Myrtle Beach, might see a transition into some freezing rain momentarily. But if you are in central North Carolina, actually might see some snow in places like Raleigh up over towards Charlotte and down possibly all the way towards Columbia, South Carolina, and also into maybe a few snow floors into the Appalachian Mountains. But really much around the Gulf Coast, we're seeing those showers because even though, yes, it is cold, we're not quite yet at freezing here. And earlier this morning, we actually did have some freezing rain over towards Pensacola and places in the far western panhandle, but nothing here in Tallahassee locally. And again, this is that winter storm in the Carolinas bringing some sleet and some freezing rain along coastal sections. And then, of course, Raleigh back over towards Charlotte is seeing some snow right now. And this is the European model showing the precipitation forecast through Monday into Tuesday next week. You can see this is our passage of our next system coming in on our next week on Tuesday. So might need to grab those umbrellas once more after the weekend is done here in Tallahassee. But this is our current winter warnings and watches. You can see up into the Carolinas again where we do have that snow and that ice right now over pretty much extending from east central Georgia up through actually the southern sections of the Delmarva Peninsula over towards Maryland and Delaware. Our current temperatures across the southeast, you can pretty much see where the cold front's at right here, just over Tampa and Orlando. South of that, we are almost hitting 80 degrees in Miami, but just north of that, that's where all the cold air is at right now, over towards Little Rock at 46, Montgomery at 48 degrees, and then along the Gulf Coast, of course, we're at in the 50s right now, in the low 50s right now, I should say. Our current dew points, again, follow that same track where we do have that cold front at. So, again, north, we even have a bone-dry 9 degrees in Little Rock. So that's just very dry air. But it's all really the dew point means is how much moisture is in the atmosphere. And down to the south, where that cold front has yet to arrive, you can see we're pretty much in the upper 60s, which is also almost close to summertime levels here in Florida. Our water vapor, you can see really right here was where the front's at. And, of course, this is behind the front where we have the drier air making its way through the southeast. Our future radar pretty much shows that frontal boundary coming in, and then we might have some sunshine as we get into tomorrow ahead of our next storm system that'll be coming out of Texas. But tomorrow's high temperatures will pretty much going to be in the 50s and 40s region-wide, except for down in South Florida, we'll have much warmer conditions than here.
That's right. Thank you, Aaron. So we are seeing these cooler temperatures here in Tallahassee, and that's going to continue across much of the nation right now, which we'll get to here in a minute. But looking at our FSU map right now, warm front sitting across the middle of the state, but that doesn't mean their temperatures are warmer, which we'll see here soon. But down in Tallahassee, again, you see that stationary front that I mentioned earlier that has stopped right underneath the Tallahassee area, extending into a cold front up the coast, up the eastern coast of the United States, which is just bringing a lot of rainfall and cooler temperatures right now. And our satellite and radar, taking a closer look, snowfall across a lot of the western part of the country right now, with some scattered rain as well. And over here in North Carolina, where we have many advisories in effect right now, we are seeing some mixed precipitation, some snowfall, and some rain all occurring at the same time. This is a potentially dangerous situation. You need to keep on the lookout with that. And it's important to be safe during this winter storm that is moving through. We'll talk to you about that here in a little bit, exactly how to do so. But for right now, just make sure you're staying tuned and have a good idea of what's coming, and you're not getting yourself into any dangerous situations as events unfold. Take a closer look at that snowfall moving through Minneapolis and Omaha right now, so make sure you're keeping an eye on that. And over in the northeast, again, more snowfall. It's a lot different from what we had starting this winter season, where we had a lack of snowfall and had some record low amounts of snowfall for our year, but now we're finally starting to get that snowfall in. And again, as I mentioned just a second ago, over in the Carolinas, we are getting mixed precipitation, snow, and rain, which is a potentially dangerous situation. Our big picture, looking at a lot of freezing temperatures right now. 15 in Minneapolis, 40 in Billings. Moving over to Tallahassee, we're at 47. So we're seeing temperatures that much of the nation is actually seeing right now. A lot cooler than we've seen compared to average right now. Tallahassee sitting way below average, and only parts of the Midwest and out west are seeing temperatures higher than their average. For our dew points, Florida is still a green thumb down here. 69 in Miami, 47 in Tallahassee, which seems really low to us, but across much of the rest of the nation, 3 in Kansas City. And look at this, -1 in Minneapolis. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could see that here in Florida, but I don't think we ever will. And up into the 30s out further west. And as that storm system continues to move through, we are going to see that drier air moving behind. So you can see where this front ends and that drier air is moving in behind. So those dew points are going to drop, just probably not as low as they're seeing in other parts of the country. All this precipitation is beneficial for our drought, though. Although it is very low for this time of year and we are pretty good on droughts, we are seeing some dry areas still. So if you're in those areas, just be aware, make sure you know what's going on. And hopefully our rainfall that we have coming over the next few days will be able to help out with that. Seeing rainfall about 1/2 inch out west, much higher over here in the southeast, seeing up to 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain. So again, be on the lookout, be aware of what's going on. We took a look at North Carolina here a minute ago, but those are those watches and warnings in effect right now. Those are winter storm warnings and winter storm watches, so make sure you're looking out for that. But thankfully, no severe storms to look at right now. Slight chance down in Miami with a level 1 risk for tornadoes, hail, and wind, but nothing too bad. Tonight's temperature is looking at cooler temperatures yet again into the 20s and 70s. And tomorrow, warming back up a little bit, but still seeing those cool temperatures. But now we're going to turn things over to the desk with Aaron.
Thank you, Melissa. And really, speaking of winter weather, I mean, we want to highlight the importance of really preparing for winter weather. And now, while here in Florida, we don't expect any snow anytime soon, especially here in North Florida. It's really important to go over winter weather. I mean, really here, I mean, possibly here, and then also really much across nationally. But really, before the storm, you want to make sure you have your car prepared and have a heat source. Make sure, of course, along with those car supplies, make sure you have a jumper cable in case your battery dies, and have supplies there in case you get stranded. That's probably a really good idea, just so that the chance of survival, which includes, make sure you eat and drink to make sure you keep your body keeps warm, and make sure, really, most importantly, to find shelter. And during the storm, you want to make sure, again, to find shelter. If you are caught outside in the storm, it could lead to things like hypothermia, and that's really not what you want to do. So really, the best thing to do right now is to really keep the blood flowing. So do exercise, so run around, walk around, do something, because like I was mentioning, you do not want to fall victim to hypothermia, which is really not a great situation, and frostbite possibly to your fingers and your toes. So and after the storm, you really want to stay informed about what happened, what's going on in your area. You want to make sure you watch out for black ice, most importantly, if you do travel, and make sure you do have a contact with family members and neighbors. But more winter weather with Melissa coming up here.
That's right. We're going to take a closer look at our winter weather. We're getting ready to pull that graphic up here on the screen in just a second for you. So we are looking at our satellite and radar, seeing that winter weather. We just took a look at our nation. We're going to take a closer look again. So we do have that winter storm warning in effect, some rainfall coming through, and snowfall in a lot of the country. But right now, the main story is over in the Carolinas, where there is severe weather. There is a winter storm moving through that is potentially dangerous. But just a quick look at our snowfall that's coming through in the west. There is snow out there. It is potentially dangerous. As Aaron was just talking about, you need to make sure you're taking precautions to keep yourself safe, especially since we are so susceptible to colder temperatures. Over in the northeast, not seeing too much right now. Thankfully, a little bit of snowfall and some rainfall, but nothing too severe. But again, North Carolina and South Carolina is where we have our focus right now. That's where that winter storm is moving through, bringing rainfall, snowfall, and mixed precipitation. So we have a lot of things going on in this area, a lot of potentially dangerous things. If you are in this winter storm, make sure you keep yourself safe and follow the proper procedures after the storm is over. I have never seen snow myself, but I've heard it's quite cold, so make sure you stay warm out there. The rest of our nation is seeing a lot of snowfall as well, looking at up to 12 to 8 inches of snow on the ground in some areas right now, and that snow is continuing to fall over in the Carolinas as well. Over in the northeast, we have 6 to 10 inches of snowfall in some areas less than an inch of snowfall altogether. So we are seeing a lot of snowfall. For our Carolinas, we are also seeing 3 to 6 inches in some areas. So again, potentially dangerous. Make sure you're staying inside while this storm is going through and stay safe. We do have that severe winter storm warning and winter storm advisory in effect. And our main things to look out for in the North and South Carolinas right now, an ice storm and winter storm warnings, gale warnings on the coast, and winter weather advisories. So again, potentially dangerous situations. Make sure you're keeping yourself safe and get through the storm safely. Now I'm going to turn things back over to Aaron.
Mostly on a much lighter note, we will now be going into our sports section here on FSU Weather. This weekend across much of the Sunshine State with any sporting events here with FSU really should feature more sunshine, especially as we get into the second portion of the weekend, as we do have that cold front that will clear the area and push off to the south here in Tallahassee. But here's our live look at WeatherStem currently. It is a very miserable day right now if you're traveling out there in Tallahassee. But here's our satellite and radar. You can see those showers persisting. I mean, they're more now. Looks like there's more on and off showers and more light than moderate, I would say, at this hour. But we did have a few showers that were a little bit heavier just a moment ago, and we still have some heavier showers out in the Gulf as well. That is moving to places like Panama City, on Apalachicola up, and then of course will make its way over to our area. But if you are going to the men's tennis on Saturday here at FSU, it is going to be cold, so bring that jacket. We're going to be in the mid-upper 40s for much of the match in the afternoon, tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. if you're heading out there. For men's basketball, if you're heading out there, looks like in Miami tomorrow, certainly a different situation here. You might need the jacket, not really for cold, but more for rain or an umbrella, as we will be in the 70s, mid 70s down there. So definitely feeling the much love for them definitely for the warmth than what we're not experiencing. And right here, we are going to be sitting in the mid 50s. FSU versus Clemson for the women's basketball game on Sunday. So warming up nicely into the 50s, a tad warmer than or I should say on Saturday. But still, maybe a light jacket might be needed there. For the women's tennis on Sunday, again, you can see 30s in the morning, warming up into the 40s by the time we get into the afternoon. Here's our future radar as we get into this weekend. You can see the showers do move off towards the east. We will have that moderating trend as we get toward the later part of the weekend, but certainly colder. But turn things over back to Melissa.
Thanks, Aaron. We're going to take a look at our local weather. We've had some cold conditions the past couple days, and it's just going to get colder. Today, a high of 52 and a low of 45. Thankfully, it's a lot above our record low of 6 degrees. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want it to be 6 degrees. Florida is not supposed to be that cold. Our high is 52, again, below record, and below our average. So we are seeing slightly cooler conditions, but thankfully our low is staying a bit elevated. Our live look at Doak Campbell, that sun has set, and we are seeing that cloud cover persisting and showers continuing as well. Unfortunately, not looking like a great night to head out tonight. 46 degrees and raining. So if you are planning on going out, make sure you grab at least a rain jacket or an umbrella. Keep yourself dry, keep yourself warm. Our current radar, again, those showers moving through, not looking like they're going to lighten up anytime soon. So grab your umbrella, again, grab your rain jacket. Plan on trying to avoid those storms, but if you can at all avoid going out tonight, you may want to arrange your plans for another night this week. Our hour by hour hasn't really warmed up much today. Stayed pretty much the same temperature, and that's because we've had that cloud cover, had that rainfall, keeping our temperatures down, not changing a whole lot. Our current local temperature is 47 in Monticello, 47 in Tallahassee, really setting mid to high 40s in much of the area. Those are going to drop tonight. But for our muggy meter, you can already see that dew point is beginning to drop. Here we got that high smiley face. It is dry here in Tallahassee. The rest of Florida is a bit muggier, but we're seeing more pleasant conditions. Tonight's forecast, 39 degrees in Tallahassee, and that is not the coldest we're going to see in these next few days. For the future radar, again, more rain coming through, more cloud cover. This system is going to take a little bit of time to move out, but once it does, looking at clear skies late on Saturday, so hopefully you'll get to enjoy a little bit of your weekend. But for our beach forecast, you're not going to want to go swimming right now. 60 degrees and 49 for your air. Tonight in Tally, seeing 36 degrees and continuing showers. And for the week ahead, again, seeing those showers continue to move out. Some nice weather for the weekend, hopefully. Rain continuing on Tuesday with 70%, and then sun coming back at the beginning of next week with those cold temperatures. But what's in store for our weekend, Aaron?
Well, it looks like we'll have some much warmer conditions, especially as we get towards Sunday out there. And if you're heading out to College Town tonight, you can see maybe not the best night to go out there, I would say. 37 degrees with showers tonight. There'll be mostly hit or miss showers, but certainly showers over there. And if you are going out, then you will probably need a jacket again, and probably an umbrella as well for those showers. And of course, like a breeze from the northeast at 9 miles per hour will actually make it feel even cooler, and that's called wind chill here for weather folks out there. Our Stargate forecast, really not much of a good forecast out there. You can see we're going to be cloudy the entire time, so tonight is not the night to get the telescope out. But if you are interested, we will have an 88% full waning gibbous tonight, and again, the weather conditions are very poor. If you're planning on taking the telescope out tonight, which is not a good idea. Our Alabama's 50th anniversary tour here at Tucker Civic Center. At 7 p.m. on Saturday, we'll be at 30 degrees, so very cold. Grab your jacket if you're heading out there. for our Seminole Future Internship Fair on Sunday in the morning from 9:30 to 3 p.m. at, again, the Civic Center. We'll be at 56 degrees under probably sunnier skies. I would say probably sunnier than cloudy, I would say. Again, with still a little bit of a light breeze out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. The men's basketball on Saturday, if you're heading out there in Miami, you can see it will be a pleasant 70 degrees, but with some showers. So make sure you grab the rain gear. But if you are going on a dog walk forecast tomorrow morning, we will be warming up into the 40s, starting off from a chilly 38. So make sure you don't stay out there too long, I would say, with your pooch. But future radar shows that those showers persisting on through probably about, I would say, about midday tomorrow. And then at least they should pull off towards the east as we get over there, as we get into late Saturday. In our weekend planner, we'll be in the 40s and warming nicely into the 50s as we continue on to Monday.
That's right, Aaron. So hopefully looking at a better weekend. But quick recap of our show right now. 47 in Tallahassee, seeing 40s across much of the area right now. Going to be decreasing again tonight. Satellite radar, those showers are not going to light up anytime soon. And again, over in the Carolinas, we do have a potentially dangerous situation. There is a winter storm moving through with mixed precipitation, snow, and rain. There are several advisories in effect, and you're going to need to stay up to date throughout the night and into tomorrow to make sure that you keep you and your family safe. That snowfall showing 3 to 6 inches of snowfall in those areas, 1 to 3 in some of the more inland areas. But again, still a lot to look out for. Need to be careful during this time. Those main threats right now in the North Carolinas is ice storm and winter storm surges, gale warnings, and winter weather advisories. And for the entire nation, looking at some snowfall, a lot of rainfall over to the southeast. Just a lot of things going on right now. Future radar, that snow is going to continue to move across the nation. That cold front's going to move out, and hopefully we'll have some nicer conditions moving into the rest of the week. Seeing getting away from that snowfall and rainfall. Water vapor showing things drying out. And tonight, dropping back down into the 30s and even colder going into the next night. Tomorrow, seeing highs in the 40s and 50s across much of the nation. But now we're going to take these over to Aaron to close our show.
Thank you, Melissa. And as we close tonight's edition of FSU Weather, really the biggest highlights of tonight's show really has to do with the winter weather we're experiencing across the east coast of the United States. We're really much snow and ice, especially along coastal sections of the Carolinas. But again, make sure you are prepared for tonight, as we do have those watches and warnings out there. But make sure you follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU Weather. Make sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather. And if you're not already watching us live on YouTube, then make sure you do watch, or then make sure you do follow us on YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, I should say, at FSU Weather, and follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather as well to get any more information on the weather. But for tonight's weather, I'm FSU student meteorologist Aaron Saray, and have a great night.